Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 11, I think this is, of Planetfall. No, wait. The Outer World! There we go. So we're going to get off this ship, because we're going to go see Phineas's lab. So apparently he's got some stuff there. And... oh, we can take both of them. Fuck it, we'll take both of them then. It wasn't really what I thought of doing, but fuck it, we'll do it. We'll need more security there. Never touch that. Huh. Cool.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it. Blast, that's loud.
I wonder what Phineas is doing here. Let's have a little snoop around. Not that he doesn't know what we're doing. Alright. Come on. At least take some fucking skill to open. Right. Let's have a little look around, like I said. Doesn't seem we can...
I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself.
Of course, Phineas.
Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since... in fact, I've never had a visitor.
Oh, look at that, Phineas. I can be your first.
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you're into that sort of thing. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout.
Yeah, for what it's worth, I do appreciate you playing me out of the hope.
Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals.
I want to talk to you about something else.
Of course. What's on your mind?
There's some reason you're hiding behind bulletproof glass.
Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper. Absolutely. Let's talk.
You met my crew yet?
No, and I've been trying very hard to avoid making eye contact.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Wells. I'm Parvati Holcomb.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Let's just enjoy our plausible deniability while it lasts, shall we? Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret, carefully concealed laboratory? It isn't as if I wanted privacy.
Oh, show a little hospitality, Phineas.
Oh, very well. I can be a little cantankerous when I haven't had my caffeinoids. You have my apologies, and so forth. For what it's worth, I am pleased that you found a crew, such as they are. I picked you out of the hope for your talents, after all. It's only natural that others would gravitate toward you.
Yeah, you're right. I'm doing pretty well for myself.
Yes, indeed. Well done. Also, you still haven't spontaneously liquefied, which pleases me immensely. Progress. What's on your mind? Absolutely. Let's talk.
Don't you ever leave your lab?
Oh, goodness, no. I wouldn't survive 10 seconds in the blackness of the aether. Well, no, I imagine I'd last at least 12 seconds before I'd lose consciousness and die of hypoxia.
That's not what I meant. Do you have any kind of... do you have some kind of life outside your work?
Life outside work? No, of course not. My life is my work. For that matter, everyone else's lives are also my work. An entire colony's worth of lives are at stake. It's up to me, up to us to set things right. To answer your question, I'd rather stay right here in my lab. There's too much work to be done. The Hope's colonists won't revive themselves, you know.
Why are you so obsessed with reviving the Hope's colonists?
Because we've lost our way. The board has a stranglehold over this colony, and we've all been conditioned into total obedience. The Hope is full of specialists, scientists, engineers, talented individuals like you. people who haven't been corrupted by the board. Unfortunately, the Hope's colonists have been frozen for decades, well past your shelf life, so to speak. No offense.
So yeah, but you revived me, so you must have solved the problem.
Ah, you begin to perceive the truth. Yes, according to the board and their narrow-minded scientists, you should be a pile of organic sludge right now. 10 years. That's how long the average human can remain in hibernation. You were frozen for decades. In theory, you never should have survived the revival process. But the conventional theories are wrong. You're living proof that it can be done. There's yet hope for the hope. Get it?
Don't try to be funny. Yes, it doesn't work.
Right. So much for banter, eh? I'd best get back to work. I can feel my last dose of caffeinoid fading.
Experimental notes. Log experiment 01173. Flash frozen organic material reverts back to its original cell structure when treated with tincture of dithermal sulfoxide. Rate of explosive cell death at a very respectable 6%. Bad news, difficult to acquire limited quantities of compound likely produced by Anti-Cleo. Recently discontinued due to severe adverse reactions. Must find more. Logged experiment 00938. 12 AM. Or 12 past midnight. Artificial stasis successfully induced in cyst pig specimen. 17 past 2. Or 0200 or 0 whatever. Reviving complicated. Cyst pig tissue returned to living state. Brain tissue suffered from rapid nucleation. Attempting treatment. 0558. Treatment progressing. 0820. Treatment failed. Brain tissue irreparably damaged by rapid onset necrosis. 0851. Explosive cell death. 0949. Finished cleaning liquefied remains of cyst pig from laboratory floor, walls, and equipment. Log experiment 01083. 0216. Fresh out of Anti-Cleo's. Experimenting with Spacer's Choice partially emulsified creamer substitute. 0218. Finished brewing, adding 2 ounces of Spacer's Choice. 220. Atrocious. Felt parts of self die on the inside. Reminder, add Spacer's Choice to the list. Note to self number 2. Note to self number 2. Buy more mouthwash. Six pig notes. Have spared one of my stock of experimental cyst pig to be used as a renewable source of nourishment. Have named this pig Lucky Pig Bubbles. Giving an animal a name establishes rapport and creates a positive emotional bond. Allegedly improves flavor of tumors. Must look into that. Excellent creatures, cyst pigs. Don't know how people used to survive without these genetic wonders of porcupine or porcine succulents. Slaughtering a pig for meat instead of harvesting tumors that ripen naturally, falling off the flesh like mock apples off a tree, seems the height of barbarity, truly a miracle of modern science. Personal files. Let's bypass that. Personal log entry 01037. Have procured the services of Captain Alex Hawthorne of the Unreliable. I hope he didn't name his shift after the quality of his services. I'll be sending my new accomplice down to Hawthorne via escape pod as soon as the revival process is complete. Hawthorne should be able to make for an agreeable companion, or at least an acceptable chaperone. Law willing, he isn't a total buffoon. Well, that was a shame. It totally was. Hibernation Chamber. You spent over 4 decades in space with nothing but your technology, the technology of this little chamber keeping you alive. The rest of your fellow colonists are still trapped in similar chambers, waiting for you to restore them.
Reviving you from hibernation was my greatest accomplishment. Your odds of survival were a mere 28%.
That's where this is the second drop pod, where the first one was. Yeah, I remember now. That's pretty cool. Gonna take that. Gonna borrow that. I'm gonna borrow that too. And by borrow, I mean keep and never return. Let's be honest. Note, reminder, obscure body in SK system. That's cool. I wonder what else is there in here.
The cysty pigs make excellent test subjects. Also, surprisingly nutritious.
Scribbled note, reminder, 14. Remember it this time. Absolutely vital. 14, 14, 14. No, you can't have a scientist if they're not a little bit weird. I thought I was going to have to unlock that one. Gonna nick that. What's this? Messages. Let's bypass that. Sending no response, sending no response, sending no response, sending no response. Cause unrelated, undetermined. Original message appended. I worked it out. Explain details later. Will be difficult to respond, reproduce. Need your help. All necessary material should be present in Halcyon, but locations elude me. Dumped a new associate, Dirtside Terra 2, near Edgewater. They have a stake in my purpose, but trust in them only about 23.7% at present. They're recovering a ship. Should be along any time. Just need to know where to send them. Let me know when you get this. Eager to be done.
Careful, that's my communications terminal.
Doesn't trust us wholly. Not that I actually blame him, but at the same time, it makes it a little bit suspect whether we should trust him. Admittedly, Alexander wouldn't. Like, he definitely doesn't. It's more just, at this point, he's returning a favor. Nobody likes to be in someone's debt. Least of all, a rogue type fellow. Anyway, let's get the fuck out of here. We have a story to continue. Welcome aboard the... technically, this shit was called the Reliable. That's BS. Oh, yeah, Groundbreaker, that's the way we're going. Groundbreaker docking bays.
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Thank you, Ada. Or Ida.
Can we talk? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson.
She can't be that good. This place is a dump.
If I had to fix a station this big, I'd be spending all my time trying to figure out what needs doing now and what can wait. I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
I thought you said you could keep this boat in good repair.
I abso-surely can. I'm a passing fair mechanic. Even Mr. Thompson would have said it's my only skill. But I'm used to working on cannery lines, AG loaders and the like. There's tricks about ships I ain't learned yet. All I'm looking for is a few pointers. I bet a lady who runs a whole station has forgot more than I ever learned.
I don't think she'd help much, but if you happen to be alone, feel free to speak up.
Okay. I don't want to waste your time or nothing.
Alright, break time's over. Let's get the fuck out of here. So there's 6 companions. I've only unlocked 2 of them. It's fine with me. Let's go see what in the groundbreaker. Let's see what we can do in the Groundbreaker.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by. Don't mind the heat. Got a few days before it reaches critical. I'm sure Miss Chief Tennyson will get it sorted before then.
Smells like grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I remembered.
How come you two can put weapons away and I can't? Right, fuck this. Let's have a look. Controls, key bindings.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get cute with me again, you little back bay brat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this. Need a trick.
Going for a stroll around the docking base?
I noticed you were in the middle of an argument earlier.
Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. Between you and me, I was hoping they'd come to fisticuffs.
Did you knock someone out of a tossball stick?
The guy insulted my Rizzo's Rangers, alright? You can't just insult my Rangers and expect to get away with it. So, of course, I decked him with a tossball stick. I mean, what am I? Some kind of fair-weather fan?
Rizzo's Rangers?
Only the finest group of tossball players ever to take the field. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
And that's when you resolved your differences like an adult, right?
That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
Sounds like you're better off on your own.
Yeah, I reckon you're right. Imagine me wasting my life loading boxes, unloading boxes, watching the ships roll in and take off. Hey, not for nothing. But I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
That's me, Captain of the Unreliable.
Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time.
You're in a hurry to get somewhere?
Oh, not at all. Just, you know, gonna figure out what to do next. See you around, boss.
At least he knows I'm his boss, even though I'm not.
What do you think you're doing?
I was just leaving.
Oh, I guess, never mind then.
No, I didn't do anything. You can't prove it. The second I pressed that, I realized that was going to be a shit idea.
We move cargo 16 hours a day, and half of us still can't afford a bed.
That sounds like your own problem there, but Chief. I can afford a bed. I can afford a technic. I want to go in here, but it says restricted, which means I should find an alternative route into it. Seriously? Wait. Motherfucker. Can't even jump off a fucking set of boxes. Why do I feel like going up here was completely pointless? Ooh.
Understood. I'll keep my head
Tossball stick. Ooh, okay. You know what? Fuck it. Worth it. So what's this new armor we just picked up? You know what? That looks way nicer. You know what? I can take a loss of stealth skills. You know what? We're gonna go helmetless for a while as well. Yeah, this technically this already helps with things. It makes my steps silent, which, you know, is just as, I'd say, just as good as having some stealth skill. Right, we're gonna go back this way, and we're gonna, you know, come back in through the proper means of entry.
Customs and inspection, right?
Motherfucker, that hurt. Acrophobia. After Spacer's Choice found a flaw in you. After repeatedly falling from great heights, you no longer function well when the ground is far beneath you. No. That directly ruins our, like, you know, abilities. So how, like, our main abilities as well. Unfortunately, that's a no from me, Chief. Right, let's get rid of this shite. Bye-bye. We'll keep that. That seems pretty cool. Bye-bye. Actually, no, fuck it. We'll keep this one, because, you know, that one's special. We'll keep that. And the rest of this can all just get lost. And same here. Anything that's not Adrena time. Not that it's not worth keeping, it's just that I don't really give a shit. Sell general? No. Sell junk? Yes. Got 10 grand. Don't know who these guys are, but ooh, that's a bleed. I like it. Damage type corrosion, special effect bleed. Ah, right. Is there any way to compare it to my current weapon? No, there isn't. That's BS, isn't it? I'll buy it anyway. A grenade launcher. I feel like I shouldn't, but at the same time, I really want to. Yeah, we'll not worry about it for now. I do like the little jingles most of the time.
Identification, please.
I'm gonna say, here you go.
Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
So I'm stuck here.
Not stuck, per se. You could always throw yourself out the airlock. Of course, then you'd find yourself with an exciting new problem.
Any idea why my ship was impounded?
Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you probably riled up the wrong petty board bureaucrat. A man named Udom Bedford.
I'm gonna go wring this guy Bedford guy's neck.
You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
I'm not gonna do your job for you.
Now, hold on, it'll just take a minute.
Fine, what is it?
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay. Tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Got it.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
I'm looking for someone named Gladys.
The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
I'm looking for a drink. Any recommendations?
Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right.
Got it.
If you need anything else, you let me know. Don't want anyone saying Groundbreaker's not the most hospitable port in the colony.
Can I find a job around here?
Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
I'm looking for something a little more local.
Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird.
Got it. Got it, thanks.
Happy to help. That's my job, after all.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. It's nice to be recognized. Yep.
Can we move this along? I have a certain, matter I'd like to attend to, Captain.
So how does this Halcyon Holdings work, anyway?
Are you pulling my leg?
Just want to hear your take on it.
It goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the Board.
And the board runs most of the system, don't they?
Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing base. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year.
So how does the Groundbreaker fit into that?
Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are.
There's actually a boardroom somewhere with all these company heads in it.
Sitting around, drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself.
Got it.
Glad to help.
What do you know about sublight salvage?
They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them.
I don't think there are many independent operators in the system.
Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either.
So I need to know about work.
All right.
What can you tell me about Mr. Udon of Bedford?
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
So there's tension between the Groundbreaker and board.
They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
Yet you're in a state of disrepair. You could make the board fix it.
You mean the heat? Sure, we could make them fix it. But what would they do in retaliation? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway. Sure thing. Be seeing you.
I don't like this guy. I feel like trying to kill him wouldn't end well for me. A quest objective requires you to be into a restricted area. If caught inside, you will be shot on sight. Using a disguise will prevent immediate hostilities.
Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the scholar shipped in and out with.
It's a wasteland.
So we could make it Mr. Acid. But there's nothing else we could really do with it. So I'm going to take off the plasma attacker and put that there and swap those two around.
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard everything.
You know, there's more muscles to frown than to smile.
Who told you that?
I'm assuming I need to get in there. Right. Unauthorized personnel in restricted areas will be shot on sight without question. You can either fight, sneak, or use a holographic shroud to get through. That's a good point. How the fuck do I use my holographic shroud? It's been a while, so I do apologize that I'm going to keep sometimes killing the keybinds while we're playing. Where the fuck is it? Motherfucker. Is it equipped? Not that. Shit. Okay, then. Yep, because I need more addiction problems.
Sure.
No. No.
On my way.
Don't fuck this up for me, you do. Seriously, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I should have remembered the key binding, but because I never used it, it didn't really. My brain just never thought of remembering it. That really needs to be fucking changed. Yeah, I'm buying that key before I fuck everything up. View ledger. Seriously, game, why can't you just tell me how to use the fucking thing again? Is it automatic? No, it can't be automatic, or the game wouldn't be like, well, oh wait, also you've got to level up, haven't you? So quickly level this guy up. You can generate the threat. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have to do it in the next part. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next part. See you guys then.